Blog Talk Radio.
You are now listening to DC Radio.
Going full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Going full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Going full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Going full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Going full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Going full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. No, I'm not a killer. 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 You ain't fucking with me. 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 Come on. Going full throttle, man. Full throttle, man. Going full throttle, man. Full throttle, man.
No 31, my nigga. Just allowed. Shout out to all my dealers. Keep shooting your boy love. Appreciate that shit, you know. Shout out to Zigzag, Swiss and Sweet, who they support through the years. Love that. To all my fellow smokers out there.
We smoking now.
Keep smoking.
We smoking
Roll
now.
one up for the clinic.
We smoking now.
Yeah.
We smoking now. We smoking now. We smoking now. We smoking now. We smoking out.
Break the weed on my wood grain. I don't fuck with that wood, man. I be blowing that hood, man. Cushy, that good brain. 84s and I'm riding clean. Air squad, check the team. Sunny Black, but I'm still Kareem. Got love for the clinic on everything.
I'm smoking weed. I'm getting high. I'm blowing kush. It's on tonight. Come roll with me. Let's get high. I'm blowing kush, that's how we ride.
Mama might get mad, but I've been blowing strong. When pipe blew so many clones, I treat 2,000 zones. Master Bob Marley C, no this, I'm from that D. That mean Bob got classics for your feet. And I ain't kicking bullshit, we roll final lease. Infested by sauce weed, no sticks, no seeds. Domestic for the regulars, never slipping. Hit your cop, heck of love for you motherfuckers. Yeah.
We smoking out. 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 We smoking out.
I've been cheapin', so I'm looking sleepy. Zips for $750, that's the price that niggas rent me. And I mix it with the Remy. If it's Reggie, it ain't in me. And I stay in Polo Lenny. Bought the Cushman out, he empty. Told him when he re-up, make sure he hit me, nigga.
Kush real green, loud pack on deck. Maybe a drink, keep my mouth wet. Smoke real good, stay real high. Keep them coming until we get right.
Yeah, I'm putting my weight on. Arms look like I do push-ups. My chest pump smoke all day long. My lungs doing push-ups. I'm puffing on that good stuff, and I love the aroma. All I blow is high grade. My weed got diploma. I'll smoke you in the coma. Rolling up and I'm on one. I'm off the cushion on the yak. My nigga, I am so done. I'm rimmed out, we blowing strong. Make them fat and roll them long. I put it in the air cause it's a smoke session going on.
Roll with me, yeah. We smoking loud. In the backseat of the drop top, yes, it's clinic style. We copping peas, then we roll downtown. 1738, we blowing our brains out. We smoking 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 out.
We ain't rolling no rat sticks around this bitch. We got baseball bats. I'm high as a giraffe pussy. See if you can touch that. Where your G5 at, bitch.
Yeah, you already know. That's the motherfucking clinic.
smoke session. You know how we do. We blaze, we get blazed, you know what I mean? You back for the 11th motherfucking installment. We just keep them going. This is DCR, the motherfucking Clinic Radio. And I'm your host with the motherfucking most, your main motherfucking shit stain, Larry motherfucking Cushionberry. And would you please say the motherfucker? You feel me? Check this out. We got my mans online. We got Cuzzo Flawless online. What's good, baby?
What's going on, man? You all right, motherfucking Cushionberry? What's going down?
Yo, I can't even call it, man. That right there was smoke session, man. That was the majority of the clinic right there. You know, a little fun project. You had yours truly, the last three people to flow or sing. That was La Brazil. That was me. That was Sweet. Hell yeah. My man say he buying zips for $750, and that's the price that niggas rent be. But he mix it with the rim. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That motherfucker, Mr. Get It In ain't no motherfucking joke, man. I'm trying to fucking tell you for real.
We smoking out.
What's been good?
What's going on, man? Man, I'm sitting here watching these damn playoffs, man. They showing these little previews right now. Brooklyn told Chicago a new asshole.
Who did that?
Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn, yeah. Well, Brooklyn balling, though. You already know. Jay-Z got that bread. Jay-Z got that eye. He been watching the game like we been watching the game. That nigga know who
they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do much this year. I mean, it was amazing for him to get that name this year and be going straight to the finals the same year.
Right. You feel me? They got the name.
Yeah.
Right. They got the name. They in the playoffs. You know what I mean? They got shit. I mean, they doing the damn thing. I mean, I
don't know what the Lakers gonna do.
Let me tell you like this, real talk, I'm a motherfucking, I was never really a Lakers fan since back in the day with Magic Johnson and all that. You know, I was a Lakers fan then, but not now.
Right.
I kind of agree. I kind of like motherfucking Kobe. You know what I mean? Kobe, that motherfucker, he got his head all straight. Now, the only problem with Kobe is he came in winning. You know what I mean? He had a good-ass career, and he feel like flat the fuck out. I want to win. I ain't going for that bullshit. But it's funny how motherfuckers, I ain't naming no names, Dwight Howard or nothing like that, but it's funny as hell how motherfuckers who wouldn't step up when this nigga was on the court saying, step up, motherfucker, trying to step up now.
Well, I'm going to tell you what that's about, man. That man wanted the ball the whole time. If you notice, anybody that get in the ring with Kobe can't really outbox him because the rules are stacked against him. Kobe is golden child, man. And what it is, when you come to play with Kobe, that's exactly what you do. When you playing with Kobe not playing with you. And that was some of the internal beef. Yeah, but that was some of the internal beef with Shaq, you know, up and down the line. And now you see the boy got his own chance to put himself out here to make him look like a champ, trying to take a couple chances, and it ain't working.
Well, you ain't got one by himself.
They ain't behind him like they supposed to. He trying. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. Excuse me. What's wrong with that bum shoulder? He out there clowning like ain't nothing wrong with it.
I mean, shit, that's the way he do. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm just going to be real because everybody want to compare motherfucker to MJ. Real talk, there will never be another MJ. There may be somebody in the future better than MJ, but there will never be another MJ. So it's stop motherfucking... But stop, right, and that's what I'm saying. Kobe is one of the very few motherfuckers who he didn't had a glorious career. I mean, real talk, his shit is about to start diminishing now because he getting older. He still ain't old, but he getting older because he started young. You know what I mean? He been in the league, shit, probably damn near 20 years, about 16 years, some shit.
Yeah,
he been in the league. You know what I mean? So, you know,
about 17
he's starting to... You know what I mean? He's starting to break down. I mean, it's only so much one man can do, but that motherfucker got a heart of a motherfucking lion. He got that Jordan heart. When that nigga hurt, that's when the fuck you better watch out. See, now he injured. Ain't shit he can do. But when that nigga hurt, watch the fuck out. That nigga come out there with the motherfucking slinky wrist broke. That nigga shoot your motherfucking lights out. You know what I mean?
So,
you know.
Consistently. Consistently.
Yeah, consistently. You already know what's happening. You know what I mean? But we got a big show tonight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna step into that shit a little bit. You know what I mean? We got I know we got one young lady online. I think she said it was Maut Vulu. I'm not sure how she pronounced the name, but you know, we're gonna get into some of the black culture with her. You know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about some of the things with the problems with the media as far as how things are depicted, and I mean, it's a broad spectrum where we can really talk about anything. You know what I mean? Now, if you ask me, I always like to call this shit like conspiracy theory type shit, because that's the type of shit I get into. You know what I mean? I get into those conspiracies, and I call them conspiracies because if you listen, or if you ask the rest of America, I can hear you talking, bro. If you ask the rest of America, you know, it's like, no, this shit don't exist. We don't know what you're talking about. So therefore, I call it a conspiracy. You know what I mean? But I'm not taking no credibility away from her. You know what I mean? As far as like it's some outlandish shit. No, a lot of shit that she say, I agree wholeheartedly with. You know what I mean? But we're going to get off into that. Also, she's very adamant about how she feels about everything. So I really want to get into it with her about how she feels about men and women. You know, I like the dating scene. I like the battle of the sexes type hookup. So I want to get into how she feels about that and, you know, what she got to say about that type of shit. I mean, it's going to be a live show. Then the second half of the show, we're going to have my mans. I don't really even know what I should reveal about him, so I'm going to let you kind of tell the listeners about my man that's coming the second half of the show.
Well, his name is Marlon Matthews, and he started his own company called the Friends of Fathers, and it's pretty much lending help to the gentleman that need, you know, a little guidance and help with the court issues. Mm-hmm. That'll be on about 12 o'clock.
You know, and just to add a little bit more, you know, that brother, he has a lot of knowledge, too, as far as some of the things that we're going to be talking about in the first hour before he comes on. You know, he's an avid reader, and, you know, he gets down with, I mean, you know, a lot of people nowadays, especially our youth, man, they not really into history. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about what happened 10 years ago. It's all about what the fuck is happening now.
Well, they making sure they don't give them the history. That's what it is. If they put it in front of them, they put everything else in front of them, they'll get it.
But it's even worse. It's even worse when you don't give a fuck about it. Because just to be honest, man, we got the History Channel. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to give us everything, but, you know, they did and they died in all types of shit.
At least be knowledgeable about them if you hear it. Yeah, listen, look for it. You know, it's not about we're black and we don't give a fuck about anybody else because they're black or anything about that. It's about know your heritage. I mean, a lot of people know their heritage. I get into it. I get in debates with a lot of people, and I'm not saying that I know more than anybody. I'm just saying I have my knowledge, and I'm always willing to build with it and willing to add more to it. Now, if I'm saying something and you disagree with me, then you correct me. You know, we all grown folks, so it ain't all the yah-yah, but, you know, you correct me, and you explain to me, and you give me the knowledge that you have to inspire me and make me smarter. You don't just, well, fuck it. He don't know shit. I go on to the next man. Because if you got that type of mentality, how can we ever unite on one accord? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You feel me, though?
That's right.
So, you know, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? And we got our female co-host, DJ Lady KD online. How you doing? You rocking live with Flawless and Larry Kishenberry.
What up, y'all?
How you doing,
baby? All right, how you feeling on this good evening?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good tonight.
Doing
Ready?
good. You heard some of
the topic is gonna be. Yeah, I heard we're gonna be getting big and deep tonight. Talking about some things that I hope to really enlighten me.
I'm trying to get my buzz right now.
Right, because I know, you know, Flawless on that tip too. You know, he be reading, he get his knowledge on. I already know Lady KD get her knowledge on. You know what I mean? So it should be a real good show. Actually, we have the young lady online right now. I'm going to step to her probably in about 10 seconds. You know what I mean? You know, I met her. I've actually met her in person, but I met her on Facebook. You know what I mean? And I've known her for years on there. And, I mean, she's a positive person, but she real as fuck. She fucking hardcore real. You know what I mean? And I like that shit. I love motherfuckers that don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So let me introduce her right now. This is, could you pronounce your name to us, please?
When I stop laughing at the intro, but it's Muat. You replace the first A with a U when you pronounce it. And there you have it. Now let me finish laughing. Don't do me like that though, cause you made it seem like I'm like, who he talking about? Is that me?
Oh, you already know. I put everything in but the hammer. You know what I mean, fellas? She will bash your head in so quick if you don't come correct.
Okay. No, right, if you don't come correct. And that's what it's about. Respect, communication, proper communication, and everything like that. But I'm following you. Go ahead, sir.
Right, you know what I mean? Just let you fellas know how correct you better motherfucking come. You know what I mean? At one point in time, this woman, like, you know, you writing like, yeah, these people out here be tripping, but you forget the last E and the these. Oh, she about to let you know. Look, you ignorant motherfucker. Learn how to motherfucking spell before you get to talking shit.
Okay, about that, though, I feel at a certain age, the text talk has to go out the window. I mean, we not 21, we not 18. Talk like you have some sense, whether you're online or in person. Just, come on. I'm going to jump over that.
When I say how you doing, you get the full how, but the R and the U, they straight letters, and ain't no G in doing. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, okay, and I'll give you that on the telephone, but if you're in front of a keyboard or have a touch, like, 2 years ago, these many people didn't have touch screens. I see, the black folk then came up, they went and got them some touches now. Everybody touches. So you have a keyboard.
To the phone now. It's really no excuse for misspelled words. Misinterpreted words, I can understand. Right. Like I said, the thing that works on the phone, you push a button and you talk, and it damn near gets you A1. Yeah. You might have to put a couple words around, but you damn sure ain't gonna misspell nothing.
Right.
Yeah, Lady K, she hooked me on to that shit. Now that's what I do. So anytime y'all see me and it look like I'm retarded, that's because I'm tired. I done said some shit and it don't understand my motherfucking dialect. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's good? I'll holler at you later. I'm busy right now. And then when I look at the motherfucker, it's like I'm off of booze. I'm fucked up. I don't know what's going on. And I'm just like, fuck it, let's send it. You know what I mean? Because if I could touch, then I would. But this is how it is. One thing I do like, though, is, everybody now, I mean, people, they really say they don't like the texting, they don't like the internet, shit like that. But what I do like about it is it make motherfuckers read, and it's almost like writing. It make you type. Some people just illiterate, and they can't get better, but believe me, it's still reading.
At least they're right. They're using their brain juice. They still function in some kind of way, even though it's shorthand, ghetto shorthand.
Right. Oh, yeah. Shit, ghetto shorthand, I type about 400 words a minute. Because most of them just one letter.
That's you. That's different. That's you. That's a talent. A lot of people can't type like that. I have a nice word per minute on me, too, but yeah.
All right, so to start this conversation out, now you know me. I want to know, what's really the deal with your black male kings and how you really feel. I mean, tell us what the fuck is really up,
Well, with the kings or the niggas, which one you want?
Well, shit, you got to talk about both. You can't talk about one without the other.
I want you to talk about me first. I'm a king. Let's get the grace to glory right up front. Let's do that.
Separate the difference. Let them know the difference first.
Okay, well, the difference.
They're king and they not, and vice versa. So
right. Okay. Well,
what's up with the difference?
In my eye, a king is someone with understanding and wisdom off top. That means that's not somebody easily aroused by being bumped or feel the need to prove a point. That's the first thing. Before you get to anything else, their mental state have to be in place to even be considered a king, because you have to lead people when you say you a king. You got to do more than just dictate. So I look at the mentality part.
That's what I'm talking about. I would say church, but I'm going to say tabernacle.
Yeah, that's what's up.
How they socialize with the community? Are they involved? And I'm not talking about these people that's doing stuff and calling Fox 2 News 3 hours before showtime saying I'm about to be here, have the cameras there. I ain't talking about them people that's doing it for the recognition. I call them media whores, whether they men or female, because they usually men. I hate to say it, but they call in the cameras every time they doing something. I feel like if you're going to do something, do it. Don't worry about who know what you doing and all of this type of stuff. You know, if you're going to go by your good book, don't you supposed to pray and do all this stuff in the closet where nobody's supposed to see?
Right.
So what are you calling people to look at you for? So,
you say media whores, publicity
man,
shit.
I'm serious. They got like the people, the Fox 2 people, the ones that be out in the street, not the anchors, the people that be out in the street, the reporters, they got their number. They be calling them like, hey, I'm about to be right here, come with the camera. And then they take them to the ugliest area of the D. Like, we don't have good communities. Don't disrespect Detroit like that, trying to get off and make it seem like you more than what you really are. Everybody in Detroit not hungry. We just gonna say that right now, too.
But see, that's part of that. That's part of that media. That's part of that media, you know, the way they want us to envision whatever they want us to envision.
That's like the COINTELPRO. That's from that's bigger than the local stuff. You know, with the COINTELPRO, it was designed to smear people's name in the media and stuff like that. So they just go with the program. Y'all can look that up too. COINTEL, TEL, PRO, PRO. Yeah, you can check into that. The mission of the federal government was to flat out destroy the black man. Like, they didn't want nobody similar to Malcolm X trying to rise up. They'll beat your head in.
Right.
You know, I ain't gonna talk about Obama. Black people
and then put a patsy on the motherfucker.
Obama
have another motherfucker take that shit.
So he don't count.
Yeah.
Hey, real talk. Just because we stepped into Obama, I'm gonna say some shit, and believe me, by far I'm not prejudiced. I got a lot of
England and she white.
I got a lot of friends that's more than just white. You know, just every nationality. I got not every, but I got a lot of different nationalities as friends.
Yeah,
and what I thought was funny as hell was when Obama was first about to step in office, like that, you know, years and years ago, he's about to first step in office. All these cool motherfuckers that was my niggas, like, you know, we laughing, giggling, smoking at the job, drinking everything. These motherfuckers was like, you know, he gonna get killed if he get elected, right? And that shit sounded so fucking disrespectful to me, like, you motherfucker.
But you gotta raise your hand on that. Hold on, don't you get upset. That's what black people be trained to believe, that they kill all the, you know, the black people, profound black people, or the people that's gonna fulfill the dream. But see, we didn't pick Obama. He was chosen already before he even took the seat, because the first thing people have to realize is the United States is a corporation. This is not even a country. You already been laying it straight thinking it's a country right there. Countries and things like that. Now, don't they have kings and other different names they give their leaders? He's a CEO.
Real quick, sis. So you do understand that your birth certificate was your application?
Correct. And that is also your slavery document. You know, that means you belong to the people that finance this country.
Yes, that's what the fuck I believe about your birth certificate, because as soon as you get that motherfucker, for the rest of your life, you going to owe taxes. If you motherfucking work, and then the same motherfucking money you pay taxes on when you go buy some shit, you going to pay some more.
But everything in this country is a paperwork game, though. Anything you do, business is all paperwork, what you can prove on paper. And that's just how they handle their business to the people they owe. But, you know, we ain't going to get conspiracy theories, because you got to remember now, some of these people sensitive. Like, I don't know how many people listening. I like to respect people. Right, look at you. I like to put my nice shirt on when I'm not in person. You know, I don't want nobody feeling some kind of way. Then they start lashing out those feelings.
I'm already going to have you back on the show more than once in my goddamn month, so they better get used to you. And I'm going to tell you, if there's anything that I have to say or agree upon, they're going to hear how I feel about it. And because I have to understand nothing. My feelings is my feelings. You don't have to care about mine, like I don't have to care about yours. So if you get upset about what I say, don't turn it off. Understand.
Right. That goes back initially to what I was saying. That's the key to anything. Opening your mind to understand it, not being so closed-minded, but us as a race, we are controlled, and I don't want to be funny, but we controlled by religion. You know, people read 3 books out the Bible, swear they sanctified and saved. Now they want to tell you how to live and how to run your life and stuff like that. They not even working on being a right person, holy within themselves, get you right. You worried about a book and what other people do. See, simple stuff like that. That's why I speak the way I do, because us as a people, we've been bamboozled. Sir, I hear you.
But don't you understand that religion is the biggest form of control and separation ever? You know what I mean? Real talk. I mean, that will be the biggest war ever fought over religion. Right now, you say something, hey, check this out. I was dating somebody, and I was watching something called Zeitgeist, and I started explaining to her what they were saying, and, you know, I started explaining passages and explaining what the Bible was really about and what it relates to, and I mean, I literally saw her turn motherfucking white in front of my eyes, and she just put her hands over her ears like, stop, because what I was doing was fucking with her God. And what you don't understand is you can have your God, but believing stories and shit like that is like you listening to one of my motherfucking songs and being like, it's gospel.
Right, you see,
I wrote that shit. That's my opinion.
That's my whole main thing, too, about your God. Know your God. These people copy your people's God. If people learn their history, they will see, I'm not talking about nobody Jesus, but it is a copycat tale. That is a fact that they stole that from the Egyptians and did what they wanted to with Christianity. But everything links back to us as Africans.
I mean, if you just take the book that they love so much, if they take the Bible and just break it apart in themselves, as far as you see,
but you know what? They've been trained. Okay, what did Master say when he was arguing with the people about giving the slaves religion? When the people was telling him, "Don't give them niggas a Bible, don't give them my religion," what did he say? Give them the Bible, because it's gonna serve me when I'm here and when I'm not. We brainwashing these niggas.
That's right.
What is you talking about? We gonna train them to take the abuse we give them, and they accept it, because what? They waiting on Jesus to come save them. We got them waiting on somebody in the sun while we do whatever we want to them. I hate when people say, oh, forget the past and all that. Shut your ass up. Ain't no forget the past. When you forget that, you don't even need to be worried about it. It ain't even brainwash no more. You just get over there. You in a whole nother level, because you don't even see the big picture of the whole thing. They stole your history and resold it to you. For the people in the street, that's just like somebody giving you a sack, putting you in the trap house, sending their uncle in there robbing you. Now you in the hole and finna roll that sack off again. Same thing. But they don't hear me though. But it's all good.
I mean, but like you said, that's the point right there. I mean, people so wrapped up into what they are, and you got to understand, it's not that people are stupid. It's not that people are stupid. It's just a elaborate plan with so many different players on so many different levels that it's hard to even grasp.
We can use the word manifest. We could use the word manifest with the ignorance. They have manifested ignorance within the race.
Well, what they did was they put us under the sleep spell, and we've been there ever since.
Is that what it is? And while we were asleep, they experimented on us and statistic us to death. Yeah. Oh, is that what they did?
Okay, so this is my thing. Now, okay, we've all read different things, and we all know things that are not just taught in your average school or in your average history book or whatever. What do you... For a person that's listening to the show and doesn't believe any of this shit we talking about, but they open-minded, so they ain't just hung the fuck up and like, oh my God, I can't fuck with them, but they open-minded and they listening to us. For people like that, what type of stuff would you tell them to Google, or what type of stuff would you tell them to read or to watch or
Egyptian gods, ancient Egyptian gods. Now you have to understand too, be careful when you Google, because see, I can take this a step further, and even the man will disagree if I was to tell them that woman was the first creation. And when I tried to Google that past reading and the knowledge I know, I couldn't find it. I didn't get a hit. And I use Google for a lot of things. But lately I've been noticing it's not bringing me the hits that I'm looking for, because what I'm looking for, I have to read. I have to go into the library and get a reference book. I have to go somewhere. I just can't sit online and get that type of information.
A lot of that stuff is like that.
That was one of the problems with the World Wide Web. They instituted a bunch of bullshit and took away everything that was good. That's the same thing they did to the gospel.
But let me tell you like this. The main problem with the web is not that everything is taken off. I mean, believe me, they do a lot of trunicating shit, but it's not that a lot of shit is taken off. It's the simple fact that when you talk about the truth and what people don't want to hear or agree or accept, I mean, you're not about to have 2 or 3 million hits on that shit. So that shit might be on Google page 27. You know what I mean? How many motherfuckers is going to go down there? Because all the bullshit,
let me tell you, can I say something about the truth? The truth is what you accept as the truth. And it's not truth. And I'm not being funny, it's not truth in the Bible. That's not truth. That's doctrine. That's Christian doctrine. It's not truth in what I say or what you may read about Egyptian God, kings and queens of the past, or, African history, period. Nothing is truth unless the person who's interpreting it or feeling it accepts it as truth. That's when it becomes truth to that person. So, truth, that's a funny street. But
I wish I could push the X button and smack everybody.
That's why we needed to talk to her. That's why we needed to talk to her. You know what I mean? I like the vibe she set off. And a lot of times, quite often, when somebody get the ranting, but I understand and believe in the rant, I'm just going to sit back and fucking watch. I'm not going to be clapping and shit. I'm going to sit back and motherfucking watch because I want to see how far you go. You know what I mean? Anybody who thinks they know everything is a fucking fool. So when somebody got some knowledge to give you and you don't really know or understand, instead of writing the shit off, it's damn near your moral obligation to yourself to go what do you call that shit when you looking up some shit? Go research the shit.
You have
to. I mean? Don't just write it off.
That's the main thing to anything. If people research, they will be hurt. Now, that's my whole main stance on life and where I'm at. I'm a black woman who's been bamboozled on everything I know, everything I've been taught, everything that's been instilled in me. And even now when I talk to my mom, it feels funny because it feels like I'm educating my mom because I'm exposing her to what I am and what I do or everything like that. And she said something that was so funny because she said, I've never seen so much black history stuff since I've been over your house. And I laughed because I'm like, black history, don't label it like that. That's how America labels our history as black history. This is our history. This is who we are. And that's what hurts me the most. I wasn't at a younger age given the opportunity to know my history like I'm able to give to my daughter and other young girls and kids that I, associate with. I didn't have that opportunity. I had to grow up. So it's a lot for me. So, I'm walking the borderline crazy because now I'm like, everything y'all ever told me was a lie, right? And then this how you feel when you get older. It's almost like you've been adopted. Like, you ain't my real mama.
But if you understand what it's really telling you, a lot of the history books, things like that, it's not per se that everything they say is a lie. What it is that is their interpretation of their truth. And you cannot take, you cannot, just farther than that, you cannot take someone else's motherfucking truth and say, okay, this is mine also. And what I mean by that is, if you're a motherfucking Indian, if you're a Native American, and you know your history, the simple fact that they founded America has absolutely no motherfucking whatever you call it in your category. It means nothing because
America
it's a lie.
can cease to exist if somebody took their money. America could collapse and where will we go? But I know time may be running short or whatever. I know you said the second half. I really don't see
time ain't running short.
The time or whatever. But I wanted to mainly leave you with the thought in the people of be proud of who you are. And mainly my sisters, my women, they are destroying the image of the black woman with all of this reality TV, the video vixens, and all of that type of stuff. No, you are queens. You not bad bitches. You don't eat Alpo. You don't have 6 areolas hanging from your titties and all of that stuff. You the first creation. That's what you are. We reign supreme. We give life. We are the first, and that's what I try to tell my people, period. Be proud to be black. Represent who you are. Don't fall for what, I don't want to say the white man, I'm going to say America, because it's more so a corporation country thing. It's not a white and black thing. That's the overplay right there. They put the race factor in there to control. Yes.
But you do understand, hold on, let me ask this question. You do understand that even though you are 100% correct in saying that the United States of America is a government, as the government is a business, is a corporation, you are not wrong on that. But I want you, if you do understand that, I want you to kind of elaborate on that so that our listeners understand. But the money, the financial system, the financial system, this is why I want you to elaborate if you understand that. The financial system built around this motherfucker did not even come from the United States.
Correct.
So you have a government that we're living under that's a business, and you have a financial institution that really runs slavery.
Okay, so try to do it brief. You know they say we declare independence from Britain and all this stuff like that. Whoop-de-doo, but we still owe them. No one funded. America was not self-funded. Somebody sponsored America. And on that, they call themselves declaring independence. Okay, I'll roll with you on that. But then you turn around and you do the Federal Reserve. Now, you put a pause on the Federal Reserve, put a pause on the New Deal Act and FDR and all of that stuff, and you go back to a time where it was only like one bank in New York. You know, they say all of this stuff. And so at this time, every state had their own little bank or whatever. Now, the problem with that was somebody go to another state, that state money may not have been accepted there or wasn't accepted there, hence needed more banks come around. So that's how you get that, and all of that can be looked up as well. My whole main thing with that, you can also look up America on the international stock market. That is correct. America functions as a corporation. Many other countries have stock. Ain't no U.S. Treasury. You can forget that too. IMF, Google that. International Monetary Fund. That's where the people get their first set of money, third of the month checks from.
I got one suggestion on all that to look up. It'll take them 2.5 hours to watch the whole video. It's called The Money Masters.
Okay.
Yeah, you told me about that, cuz I watched about 30 minutes and I collapsed on that bitch. I was tired, but I watched about 30 minutes of that bitch.
Yeah, you got to go back to it, cuz you got to go ahead and finish it, cuz it's gonna put you on game. It's gonna fill in every gap that you listening to her talk fast about.
I kind of know what's the deal with the monetary system. You know what I mean?
That's just how I talk. I apologize if I'm talking fast to anybody.
No, listen, that was no disrespect when I said that. I thought you was putting it in short form.
I was, yeah.
Right, so that's what I was commenting on. That's all.
No, she good. Cause see, the thing is, I want to wake up. I want to wake up people, but at the same time, it's up to you to get this knowledge. I mean, there's no way in motherfucking hell that within a 2-hour slot that we can tell you every motherfucking thing that you need to know.
Ain't no way in hell you should still be like letting people bamboozle you with religion. Cut that out. And I'm not saying don't have a God. I'm not saying don't believe. Please believe that. Just don't circle your life around church and the book and things like that. Live that life you trying to front. If you going to church every day, almost every other other day. Try to live that life. Try to cleanse yourself mentally. Don't let little stuff get to you. Don't be gossiping, talking about people behind their back. Don't be on that tip. If you gonna play the role of being saved and sanctified, play it all the way. Don't punk fake. Do you? I mean, change before you holler, I'm changed. Nobody wants to hear a person hollering all day, oh, I'm such a sweet person. I'm such a sweet person. I'm such a sweet person. If you keep on saying that, I'm going to look at your ass like, are you really? Because what you keep telling me for? Let me get to know you. Don't tell me.
I got a question for you, and I discussed this with Flawless one day, and he kind of told me his issue. But, okay, me personally, I'm trying to take it back. You know what I mean? And I'm coming up with a lot of different motherfucking shit that's like, I mean, I'm not really understanding it. But how far do you try to go back in history? Or do you stop at the Egyptians and things like that? Do you go farther back than that? Where do you start your research at?
Like, really just whatever gets to me. You know, like, I have whatever I'm feeling. Like, after I seen the Angela Davis movie, I'm like, I want to go into women's studies. You know, I want a degree in women's studies and all of this stuff like that. You know, so I'm all over the place. You know, like right now on my favorite list, which I try to clear weekly, I have like some anthropology stuff and some social science type of stuff, you know, just, you know, different things like that. And it's just self-education is the key too. Don't never think you have to depend on a schooling system to get an education. If you on the phone all day, go to something besides Twitter, Facebook, and all of that other stuff. Like when I'm on the computer, I have 5 to 6 tabs going. I'm Googling something I want to read. I'm flashing back on Facebook. I'm listening to some music. I mean, just, you know, that's how I am. And
I mean, it's almost unfathomable that you could have a knowledge database that you can access on your computer, on your phone, from anywhere, and you choose to access it to find out about porn, games, and everything else other than fucking knowledge.
Now, can we, on the topic of porn, can we get into it? Because you know porn been working my nerves because the sisters disrespecting themselves in the porn.
We're working my nerves too, baby. Damn.
I'm not a fan of porn off top. So when somebody comes showing me some stuff, and it's my sister being disrespected by some white boys that I just want to roll house, it's like, oh my goodness, get this away from me. Don't sell yourself for $1. That's what I'm saying to my black sisters. We greater than $1. Don't always think, it's good because she getting paid for it. F that. Forget $1. You got to have integrity in this world.
Let me tell you this, though, Queen Volo. Let me tell you this. It's not when it comes to objectifying women, that really doesn't stop nor start with black women. Now,
it does not, but you know what? We electrify it. We keep it going. We have to stand up at some point.
I might take 30 seconds, but hold on for 1 second. Let me say this. The thing is, it's not just us. When it comes in with us we are used to being in the low income neighborhoods and in that class. So we're quick to jump and do anything that's going to get us that fast cash, and that's kind of how it comes into play with us. But what you cannot say is that is all black women, because honestly, and I'm just being honest, everybody know I'm freaky.
I'm not trying, and I don't want to cut you off. I'm not really trying to reach everybody right now. I'm talking to my sisters. I'm talking to the ones that I see out here doing it, as you said, for the fast cash. Like, I agree with that.
You know
Coming
what?
to the end of your comment right there, like 100%. That's what it is, fast cash. But see, you got to let that ride. Pay your bills. Forget jacking off your money, thinking you finna go trick and make it up, or thinking this person gonna come through. Then you got DTE finna cut this off. You neglecting your kids. No. Stand up. Pay your bills. You got to go without. It's a sacrifice.
Listen, I don't agree with it, not at all. But I'm gonna tell you the cold hard truth. Okay,
I know the truth. I know we're exploited.
No, I'm just saying, when it comes to my Facebook friends, most of the women who are doing their damn thing, taking care of their kids, you know what I mean? Doing a lot. Hold on, this gonna fuck you up. Taking care of their kids, doing things that they need to do. You know, they posting the same pics that you talking about. They posting the ass and the titty pics and people talking shit about them and all that, but they getting that bread, but they doing the right thing. And I'm not saying that this is what our black women supposed to do. I'm saying this is what they have brought us to.
Listen, if that's their occupation, okay, make that your occupation. What I'm saying is put a limit on $1 with your integrity. Don't just let nobody have you like that lady was in that movie where the man kicked her. They was messing with her so bad she pissed on herself. Like, really? At that point, it should have been like, I don't give a F what's on that contract. I'm busting everybody in here. It has to be a limit. I'm not, and I know that's not everybody. I hope everybody don't think I'm interpreting it that way. It's just the thing of, with my sisters, we are more so impressed by the things that money brings, and I'm saying it takes more. Some people do all of that stuff, take care of their kids, and you know what? They take care of their kids. They buy their kids clothes. They do this, but they don't give that kid a hug. They don't tell me. I mean, it's different things in different avenues. When I talk to my sisters that I'm talking about, like me and you, we talk how we talk and I do me. And then it comes a point when I step aside and I put the hammer down and I talk to my sisters, and that's when I pick up the sword and I start cutting, because we got to get our shit together. This is us.
I can't even say when I say you bash, and I mean, honestly, in my opinion, you do male bash, but I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not warranted. There are a lot of men out here who ain't on their motherfucking job and so far from their motherfucking job, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? But my thing,
I'm there for my brothers. I hate niggas.
This is my role, honestly. And I'm not putting myself in any category. I'm just saying this is my role, and this is where my mind is. My role is I'm here for the guys that can and want to do better, the black men that can and want to do better, but they might not be there. I want to give them insight on how do you reach that potential, how do you reach that goal, how do you become what you know you can become.
It's a mental
you know what
thing.
I mean? I'm not here for the guys who have already done it, because if you already there, nigga, then just listen to the show and have fucking fun. But for the niggas who not there, how do I get there? How do I get where that man is at?
They got to clear their mind. That's what it starts with, clearing your mind. I mean, it's a detox. You have to first lay down and refresh your mind altogether and approach it with the intent of learning. You have to put down, and that's what I was asked the other night on why I do what I do. And like I say, it's a humbling thing. Everybody want to be tough and bad and want to have a point to prove and want to do all of this stuff. Somebody has to be the person to say, okay, I want to take this route. I see something else, and that's the route that I chose to take. So it has to start with the mental process. You can't get past nothing. You can't see nothing. People can talk all day. It's going to go in one ear out the other, or they're going to hear every fifth word. So that means you're finna be rebutting everything you said or repeating it or trying to justify or correct it because they didn't took the negative parts or whatever. It just was interpreted wrong.
I'm sorry.
So now you're trying to break it down like they in kindergarten.
I'm sorry, I don't want to stop you. I'm just adding this in. DJ Lady KD, you are back. I see you've had a few problems. You are back. I just want to let you know that. We can continue.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm listening. Thanks.
All right, but, you know, I mean, like I said, and to me, that's what it's all about. It's not, and this is where a lot of people, I think, that have the knowledge that some of us need to know or have the extra insight that a person hasn't even thought about, I think, Our downfall is we're so adamant about what we speak about, and we talk to people. We talk at people instead of to people.
Communication.
You know what I mean? And that's the same thing, like I wanted to mention that. The brother who did not make it to the show that I know of that was going to be on the same topic, his name actually is King Tinkaminen or something like that. But the bottom line is, what I wanted to ask you about that is, once you guys became good friends, I noticed that he got a lot more socially aware and a lot more culturally aware. And what I wonder is, was that because of you, or was he already kind of speaking that before?
I'm not gonna
No,
credit
really, I'm not
anyone.
I'm not getting personal. I just want to know,
anything. I'll
did
put
you
it
kind
like
of
this: when conversing with me, I don't pipe dream. I don't do this. I don't do that. As you know, just like I'm talking, I back it up in what I do. I don't buy shoes. I put money in the bank for my foundation. So don't think that I'm just out here running my mouth and not doing nothing behind it, and don't ask anybody for nothing.
Let's pause for 1 second. 1 second. Please give information on your foundation, because I fully support it.
No, I don't want to do nothing like that too. We just here talking. You know what I'm saying?
You sure?
I'm positive.
Because this is a positive show.
Yeah,
I know,
it's
not raunchy. It's
I
none
like
of
positivity, you know. And no, I don't have to do anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, I just don't talk. I do believe in helping my community. You know, it hurt though when I first went back to like where I grew up at, because you know I talk or whatever, but all day you may hear me say Van Dyke, because that's the area I grew up in. You know,
she real.
I went back over there and I went to go try to, clean up and make it look better. And the people sat out and talked about me versus helping me. So it was just like, wow, I don't even live over here, but if that's how you want to be, that's fine. I still go over there. I still want to do what I do. We go throughout the city and we do what we do, but that's because that's what's in my heart, but I don't have anything to do with that. You a mess.
Since you don't want to publicize your probably non-profit organization, all I can do is tell you this. I commend you 100%. And when I basically started each year, and I'm not doing it for fame, but I'm going to tell it because I want people to contribute.
Correct.
When I started basically about 2 years ago, once a year, usually in September, I'm asking for coats, shoes, toys, anything that's clean, that can be reused for children. You know what I mean? Real talk.
Our first conversation was along the lines of something like that. Collaborating
and that's what I'm telling you. I respected you. Listen, I respected you to the utmost ever since then, because as I'm saying online right now, I'm not doing it for publicity, but I'm telling people because I want people to contribute. It's not for me, it's for other people.
And that's what people need to know. Just like you go out and get a food box, give a food box or give some clothes. Don't just be a taker. Give. Don't be selfish. You go to the different places and you see these people and they in these decent cars and they saying they hungry. Get your priorities together, okay? You either hungry or you want to ride nice. Come on, don't do that. And I know everybody done fell on hard times, but people have habits that they keep up. So if you could keep up a habit, you can keep some food. Quit playing. That's what I'm saying.
That's just how I go. You can't roll a motherfucking 2010 motherfucking Lexus, but you talking about I'm about to go to a food bank. I mean, you got your priorities.
Then turn around and pull up at the laundromat. Now, did you know on that down payment, you ain't even paid it off. On that down payment, you could have got you a washer, a dryer, and stocked the fridge.
Man, you about to get your own show, real talk, because we got so much shit to talk about.
No, we're just talking in the future. You so silly.
It's all real though. That's why I love this motherfucker right here, motherfucker Muat Vulu. This motherfucker right here. I love real motherfuckers. I mean, she will tell you what you need to know, and at the same time, she'll tell you fuck you, and at the same time, she'll give you the motherfucking knowledge you need to succeed in life. I mean, she gonna give it all to you. She's not just gonna tell you fuck you and just disrespect you. She gonna tell you fuck you and then give you the lessons that you need to go to get farther in life. Like this motherfucker.
But that's what it's about. I want my people elevated though. I want us I wish that every black person felt the way I do. If that was the case, we take over this place. And that's what they would worry about. That's why they depopulated us. That's why abortions are so high in the black community. That's why women rush to get their tubes tied. Is it trained behaviors? Ask yourself, if having a child was so bad, why when you tell somebody you're pregnant, the first thing they say is congratulations? You got to think.
Right.
You got to think.
Congratulations. Bitch, this 18 years.
Shit. But they still say congratulations because that's the tradition of it. You see?
Right.
The white people say congratulations. The niggas be like, oh, no, it's rough.
It's your third baby, girl. You sure?
This my fourth one. This my fourth one. And the government ain't taking care of them. They lying.
Hey, what I love be the God motherfuckers, the godparents that don't do a damn thing for the kids.
Ah,
That's
you
what I
silly.
love.
Hey, that's who. As long as you can roll up on them and get $1, it's okay.
No, but I smoke a blunt with you though, so I'm the godfather. You feel me?
Oh no, we don't do that.
And when old boy get 18 years old, then I'm gonna smoke a blunt with him too.
Ooh, and you see they do that. And when they don't educate them through the years, though, and sometimes it don't be on the right tip, but it's some positive brothers, though. Now, let me say that it's some positive brothers out here that's doing their thing, and I love y'all. I really wish y'all could magically touch these fools that's walking around here chasing the same dream at 40 they had at 15, okay? If you've been in the game that long, give up the rims and the car and move out your mama house, okay? It's just time for you to stand on your own. Go to the shelter.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta keep the dream alive, though. I'll probably be 60 years old rolling around on 24s. I mean, they might be on 50s by then. You can do that, though. You got that, though. Some people, no. Listen, chasing the dream and having it is two different things, okay? Because if you have it, you ain't dreaming about it. It's parked in front of the house. I'm talking about the ones that ain't got it, that don't want to get a job. Stop talking about you don't want to work for nobody and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
you ain't got a dime, but you don't want to work for the white man. Fuck the white
you
man.
know what I'm saying?
But
you gotta start somewhere. I talk about this country like a dog, but you gotta compete with these people while you over here. So you gotta be on both sides of the fence, scream Black Power and F America, but at the same time be doing something. Don't just be screaming it and just sitting on your ass. You can't do both of them. No.
Being black.
Yeah,
you know what I hate
about
this show? What I hate about this show most is that DJ Lady KD was having technical difficulties, and she didn't really get an opportunity to really go back and forth with you because this is a very positive woman. Muad Bulu and DJ Lady KD. DJ Lady KD, I wouldn't even classify her as being, like the pro-black and the this and that. I would just say that this woman is pro-life, and she has that moral value that we all kind of need. I mean, she stick to shit that I don't even stick to. You know what I mean? And I was raised up right. I was one of the few motherfuckers that actually had both of my parents in the crib. You know what I mean? So I was really raised right. I mean, and fuck what everybody believe. I went to Catholic school. I graduated from Catholic school. You know what I mean? So it's like, I really wish y'all two could have conversed a little more, and that's why I want to have another show with you on there, because I know the differences between you two and the similarities would be a motherfucker. Just the conversation overall. You know?
I am so sorry. It was a very rare situation going on with my neighbors. They think the lady was dead in the house, and the police was kicking the door. Yeah, they kicked the door in. So when they started kicking the door in, I didn't know what the noise was, and so I didn't know what was going on. So I had to get off the phone because I didn't want whatever was about to jump off to be on the line. So, but she was alive.
Did they find any weed in the house?
No, they were about to search the house though, but she had took some medications wrong, and I don't know if she was trying to kill herself or whatever. But she was in there, she didn't hear nothing. Her son had been banging on the door for like an hour, so yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, she was off that good kush. Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, something was wrong. No, it was something else. It was something like way.
Oh, she's talking Molly. She was up in that bitch sweating.
Right. She was down there like she was talking to the officers like she didn't know what they were. Seriously, they got on uniforms, but she was just like looking like, what the hell are you?
She looked up like gold all in my watch. Yeah, that's the deal though.
Right. Yeah, I think
hey, I'm just glad she all right.
White trash. I don't know. But anywho.
Oh, Lord. Oh, hold on. I got sound effects for shit like that. Hold on. Hold on. I ain't quick on the draw. That's what it is. Fuck it. They gone. They gone. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Yeah,
no,
I'm just glad the old lady all right.
I heard a good part of the conversation and was enlightened and sitting here listening like, wow, this is what I'm talking about. The more positive and powerful and knowledgeable voices like that to be heard in the community can only be an asset and uplifting. You know, it's like I think I mentioned at one point in time where I'll tear a person down, but only to build them up. I'm never going to break a person down and leave them down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people have to be humbled and they have to be torn down from a certain mindset in order to start all over. And I think she was mentioning how you have to kind of reset or start over fresh with an open mind in order to absorb a new set of goals, you know. And sometimes people need a little bit of help with that. Yeah, and I was really impressed.
Break your motherfucking leg and then put the cast on your ass. You know what I mean? Like you walk down, little nigga, pat your ass twice. Get the fuck on. You know what I mean?
Right.
You understand now?
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. But that's what's nurturing. That's like a maternal thing. It's like
that's like my mama.
Women, I got you. Yeah, it's like women, black women, I'm just going to speak on that because I don't know white women personally. So it's no diss to white women, but I'm going to say black women, our role, I think, is to be strong. And we talked about that word strong once before, and I think that the word strong and the word strength oftentimes has a lot to do with power and control, where really I think it should have to do with nurturing and direction and the ability to manipulate and make something out of a person. Meaning, it's just like if you don't have any strength, you can't shape clay into nothing. If your hand's feeling like noodles and you can't feel the tips of your fingers, you can't mold no clay into nothing. You got to have dexterity and strength. Right. You got to have dexterity in your hands. You have to have strength that, in your hands that have worked on something before in order to make it into something, and that's just what I feel like a black woman's job is in the community, in the household, in the family, just period. Be able to, flat that shit out if you have to, knead it around, do whatever it is to make it, pliable and shapeable. You know what I'm saying? But make it into something better than it was when you put your hands on it. Don't tear it up. Don't have little pieces of clay all over the place and it ain't nothing. It ain't art no more. Make that shit something beautiful.
Everything I make is beautiful. I can make a piece of shit. That motherfucker gonna be beautiful. You know what I mean? That shit gonna be articulate.
That shit gotta be art.
Real talk. I so much thank you for coming on the show. And please, if you don't have to. You know what I mean? If you ain't got to, go ahead and take that roast out that you've been cooking for hours and nothing, stay on the show. Stay on the show because we're going to have a brother on here. We're going to have a brother on here that's going to be positive as hell, a king such as you described, and I want you to listen. You know what I mean? I want you to listen. So we're gonna take a real quick break and shit, and we're going to be right back. Don't hang up. Don't y'all motherfuckers do a damn thing because you already know. It's Clinic Radio in the house. This how we do. It's nothing motherfucking new. And we'll be motherfucking back in 1 minute. All right? Clinic Radio.
On a constant thrill. My mind's engaging on everything that's real. No words are spoken for what you mean to me. I'm lost for words now.
Mama, you're colder than the iceberg. Brick house, for sure you got the right curves. Girls want you, guys try to find the words to get up on you, but you're not the type to swerve. Since I put it on you, you've been in my corner. No bunch of drama, you let me do what I wanna. No beef with baby mama, cause you're a lady, comma, wife material. And you're hoping maybe I'ma put a ring on it with a little bling on it. You've been waiting some time, at least it seemed, don't it? All you really want is for me to settle down. Tell them girls they can't touch this, I'm hammer now. But what matter now is I can't lose you, girl. See you packing with your bags back into the world. I was dumb back when I was young, but now I'm all man, maybe time has come.
Girl, you're sending me on a constant thrill. My mind's engaging on everything that's real. No words are spoken for what you mean to me. I'm lost for words now, 'cause you're my everything. I keep on calling, but I can't hear me screaming. Laying here with you, I must be dreaming. Hope this will never end, my homie, love, friend. Your presence got a hold on me.
Yeah, a lot of women superficial, but you not. That bump you up a notch to my number one spot, plus you hot. Like straight up no chaser down a double shot. The type to make me stop getting in trouble a lot. But I seen you pop, getting all project. About to give it to them little chicks with the jaw jack, saying don't be talking to your man, she ain't all that. And if she is, why the hell she ain't involved yet? Yeah, you solved that, I had to mention that one. It let me know you love me, your little temper tantrums. Plus you give it how and when I want it. Like when I get home late at night and in the morning, yeah. It ain't the area you lack in, your conversation or the jeans that you packed in. You're that deal for real, I can't even describe it. And you know how you get it, let's go in private.
On a constant thrill, my mind's engaging on everything that's real. No words are spoken for what you mean to me. I'm lost for words now, 'cause you're my everything.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
You already know how it go. You know what I mean? Motherfucking the Clinic Radio.
Yeah. Come on.
We doing the damn thing, you feel me? Yeah. And we back on this motherfucker, you know what I mean? We've been talking to, I'm going to get this motherfucker right. We talking to Muat Vulu. Is that right?
Yes.
That's right,
the
my beautiful black
evening,
queen.
The grand lady of the evening, roll it out.
My beautiful black queen. Y'all motherfuckers just don't know. You feel me?
I thought you guys are on to the next guest.
Hell, I mean, I thought, but I don't know the number yet. I'm about to ask Cuzzo the number because I'm about to DMX in this bitch. You know?
Okay. Well.
Wait a minute, hold on, let me check it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I love the positive shit you be spitting. You know what I mean? And I don't always get a chance to express that because I like to be candid.
Right,
and
you do,
a lot of
though,
your
and
shit
you make me laugh, though. You know, when we talk, you make me laugh because we be talking and you're listening to me talking then at the same time. You're like, yeah, because you the hammer, you know, and that's making me laugh.
I mean, you are.
It's about having fun,
you know?
man. That's it. Having fun.
Oh yeah, and that's life.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm at this point in my life right motherfucker now where I fuck with family and I fuck with females. Ain't no motherfucking M's in there. Ain't no males in there. I mean, real fucking talk. Because,
I hear you.
I mean, it's so much fucking hatred and it's so much motherfucking just, I'm trying to one-up you and I'm trying to this and I'm trying to that. And niggas like, oh, nigga, you weak, nigga, you did. I'm not weak, motherfucker. I ain't got time for that shit. Real motherfucking talk.
And what people have to understand is you can be like that and still be sociable in the community. Just because you don't have people close and in your inner circle circle don't mean it stops you from what you do out in the world. It's a difference because I'm like that in a way. You know, I have a very, very, very small Cheerio-sized circle, and it's like the people that's there, they've been there, and I'll socialize with people and everything like that. By the way, I'm a Scorpio. I just wanted to say that because I'm not big on astrology, but I do believe the stars and the way the planets turn has something to do with a person's genetic makeup. So not necessarily saying horoscope, but astrology itself, I do kind of, you know, give it But,
I mean, a lot of that shit fit. It fit.
Yeah.
For who you are. You know, and that's what I try to tell people about stereotypes. I know no one likes stereotypes because nothing is 100%, but it came from something. And 9 times out of 10, or I will say 7 times out of 10, it's correct. But not all the time. That's why it's a stereotype.
Because, you know, with the thought being here, as black people, too, we have to stop putting so much emphasis on name brand stuff. That is slave mind. It's called conspicuous consumption. You trying to prove a point that you have money by going broke for clothes to put on your back. Come on, Jordans at the bus stop, iPhone at the bus stop. You know, you carrying your baby and you got the $200 weave in. Cut that out. Stop putting that stuff. But did you know they put weave on layaway? Bam.
You know what
did
the,
you know
you
that?
know what the major? But do you know what the major problem is? And this is what I tell everybody. This is honestly because I have a partner. I mean, I met this brother probably about 3 years ago, and he's one of my best friends because I can vibe and relate with him. He's only like 24, maybe 25 now, but I can relate with this brother. He a real brother, and just to let you know what type of shit is on, his real name is Kareem, so he has knowledge. You know what I mean? And what I always tell him is, bro, you can preach this shit to everybody. If you not willing to take that step further, you might as well shut the fuck up because people have been talking about it for years.
And not punk fake it. Be about it. I do not believe in talking on nothing that I'm not doing. I don't believe in pushing nothing that I wouldn't do. If I'm telling it to you, that means I'm already doing it. That don't mean I'm about to do it or I'm about to know. That means it's already a part of my routine. So I don't believe in that, but that's what we have to do. I mean, really clear the mind. Stop thinking just because you got on an expensive watch, it means something. Let me also tell y'all something while y'all out here stunting. These Rolexes from the pawn shop is not a Rolex. If it's not Rolex USA, it is not a Rolex. I don't know if the pawn shop now is a licensed Rolex dealer or what, but a lot of that stuff be fake. You know, a lot of our people is into that knockoff stuff. Stop that stuff. The real name brand stuff they don't put on the front. I remember years ago, Donna Karen said something along the lines of she put her initials on something because urban areas couldn't afford her name. Stop it. You know, that's where the DKNY come in at. You can't afford Donna Karen on the tag. You just can afford DKNY. We have to stop that and start putting our money somewhere else. And not necessarily money, because that's what people don't understand. Money is currency. It can deflate. The American dollar ain't worth nothing. If you got some extra money, go to you a real jewelry store and buy you some gold. This is going to sound conspiracy to some people, but start preparing yourself for if you couldn't go home. Know how to pitch a tent. Learn how to live in the wilderness. Stop acting all urbane and all of that stuff like that. We have to open up our mind to different things, because once people realize that America really ain't necessarily home of the free, because ain't nobody here free. It is not that type of place. You have to open up your mind. Stop conspiracy theory. That's a trained behavior. They tell you what they want to tell you, and they send the media to tell you something. Anything they not telling you is conspiracy. That's false statement right there.
It's
Read
not
for
even
yourself
that, though.
and see what's going on.
It's deeper than that. They might tell you. They might tell you similar to the truth or exactly what's going on, but they
tell you what's going on, but by being brainwashed, you don't care. I mean, we blow a lot of stuff off.
They get straight to the point.
They tell you what's going on.
Exactly what's going
they
on.
tell you, hold on, peep it. They tell you what's going on when it's the proper time for you to think that way.
Okay.
That's
Can
the
I
way
just,
it goes.
Listen, I need people to open their mind right now and understand. In this country, everything revolves around funding. Okay, so right now, too, bullying, and that's a serious thing. That's big funding. A lot of people sending off for grants in the state in different areas, and they know how to word it and put the word bullying in there, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to have them some workshops on bullying. They just about going to get them some grant money. The government flows that way, too. When funding get low or just for different techniques, I hate to say it, casualties has to happen. If you notice lately, it's been a lot of terrorist attacks and all of that stuff. Don't feed into that. And look at how they perpetrating it all across the news every day, all day. You should be tired of something. After the first day, things start to get old, especially if they set it at 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Okay, how long is it here? And then the next day, it go on 5 o'clock in the morning now, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 a.m. I mean, all day long, you know. Stuff,
but the purpose of that is to show you the purpose of that is to show you the importance. This is what you should be worried about.
No, this is
Don't
what
worry
we want
about
you
what
to
you
hate.
want to worry about. Worry about what we tell you to worry about.
We want to control what you're thinking. We want to control your feelings and your emotions, you know, because whether black folks want to believe it or not, it don't matter how much you go out and buy True Religion and you go get your Michael Kors and you go over here and get all of this. Guess what? To white people, you still, no. That's not proving nothing. You just stunting in the hood because you're not stunting in the real world. You only doing that in the hood because in the real world, they not looking what's on you or they looking at what's on you, your color. They not looking at your clothes, though. You automatically label. Go buy a blazer. Stop going about all of that stuff. Dress more casual, more business-wise. And I'm sorry, take the purple hair out. Lord, it's killing me. This is stuff that they pimp on our people. Stop fitting the target. Stop marking up your face with the business and stuff.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit look freaky than a motherfucker. I like it, but corporate America is not gonna hire you. You're not gonna get a job. You ain't about to get shit with no red hair, no blue hair.
No red hair, blue hair with your eyebrow pierced in the middle of your chin. Pick one.
Right.
You either want your eyebrow pierced or your nose or your chin. Don't go piercing your eye. Two in the bottom of your chin, one above your lip. What they call that, little brain? They gave me a fancy name for that.
Ain't none of that to my lovely ladies that love to get their tongue pierced. I thank you for that. I appreciate it.
See, that's he.
Oh, no doubt.
See, they can have it. I'm not worried about that.
No doubt.
I'm just saying how we are stereotyped and portrayed out in the world. And that's what I was saying earlier about black women. And it's fine. It's just because it all boils down to conversation. A person can look at you all day and attempt to judge you, and don't worry about that neither. That's part of the problem. Worrying about what other people think. Live your life. Stop. That's our problem. We trying to do something they ain't doing. If they cared, as in you know who, if they cared about what we thought about clothes, look at the average, white person. They wear their shoes to the ground. They not worried about the latest shoes where they have statistically pinned. We spend money on worn out cars and jewelry and all this stuff. They spend money on houses, education, and insurance.
I quoted this shit a couple of shows ago. Our buying power in the United States is like $800 and something billion, and I mean, you already know half of that would be $400, and we spent like over $500 billion just on grooming products. When I say grooming products, you already know most of that money is fake hair. Most of that money is fake hair.
I told you that they had on layaway. And can we get a black liquor store? I repeat, can we get a black liquor store? I'm talking about whoever investors and all of this stuff. Come on, get whoever name right to get the liquor license. Find you a spot. Family business. Come on, we need a black liquor store in the city. I can't believe this because I'm sensitive about communication, and I'm starting to notice. Forget the stuff on Twitter and stuff. When you go in these Arabic stores, they give you attitude, and I don't patronize businesses like that. You give me, they can take it back to 2002, a neighborhood store over there off Van Dyke. Now, people in front of the store paying handling all day. He don't say nothing. Then he want a Mesa lady. You know what I'm saying? Then what make it so bad? I asked her, where you want to go? You know, I'm put in the car because I'm mad he didn't Mesa. You know, I'm talking stuff. She said, take me to the gas station. Like, that didn't even faze her. Like, take me to my next destination. And I'm like, damn, you don't even want to go wash your eyes out.
Hell no.
Me, bitch.
Our people, how can you go stand in front of a store at 7 a.m. and wait on it to open, or you go stand in front of the store at 6:45 to wait for it to open at 7 or something, but won't go look for a job? Able bodies walking around saying the same thing.
The track got hours. You got certain hours on the track. You can't be another hour's way.
Seriously, though, our people, we need to rise up. They've held us down for so long, man. It's just like, I wish my people would just wake up and see the greatness that's within us and strive to be more. I mean, we don't even have to prove a point to them because, fact, it will never be equality in America amongst white and black. So that can go out the window. Anybody pushing for that it's not coming. That's not
what I tell people.
We came over here a product. You can find us next to the ginger. Well, right now you can find us next to the pops and the juices. It will be a slave. So we would never be equal coming over here like that alone. So I feel we should come together as just a people and just stop with all of the hating and the robbing and the killing. We killing off our own between black on black crime, abortions, and tube time. We gone. We've been over here how many centuries?
We came over here as a commodity, and we let other motherfuckers come over here. And they control our neighborhoods because we don't own any of the stores in our own fucking neighborhood.
It sounds like KD saying something.
Oh, God, I am on. Because, I had to leave. I'm, like, dying over here. I wanted to just say something about that when you're talking about we don't love each other and we don't show each other the support and the love to come together. You know what the reason why that is? What I'm noticing more and more about all the images that we're seeing, we don't love ourselves. Now, that's one thing that you'll learn when you little. If you got a good mama, she'll tell you you can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. And see, a lot of us has gotten away from that, and we don't love ourselves, and that's why you have so many people hating on other people. It's not truly because people are just so bitter toward other people. People truly don't love themselves.
And
they don't love the skin that they're in. They don't love the way they look. They don't love their...
I just want to intercede on that real quick. I don't want you to make people believe that we don't love one another. We do love one another. It's about the disassociation with harmony. Everybody is off balance.
Okay.
Flat out. I want everybody that's listening to my voice, Google 432 hertz.
Okay. Can you spell that? Because it didn't really like the hertz part or the whole thing. Could you spell it?
It's just the number. Yeah, just do that. And actually, go to YouTube and do it. And look for particular instructional videos that'll make you understand what you're watching. What I want to make you understand is music is a key component to geometry. And geometry is a sacred thing when it comes to do with the body. They assign different vibrations, different notes in music, and you can play it at different pitches. And what I mean by pitch, you can make it sound like Barry White, or you can make it sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks. What they do since 1940, during the Holocaust, Hitler used a frequency test on some test patients that he had in the little hookup in wherever it was when he was putting them in the ovens and shit. And he found that by distorting this frequency at this different frequency, which is a little higher, which is 440. When they found this out in 1940, ever since 1950, all music, TV, any noise that's broadcasted is broadcasted at this frequency, which is 440. You can check it out right now. You can Google.
So that means
what it is. The frequency has you off balance.
Loving each other
because it throws you off harmoniously. Your nature is to be like that. The natural frequency that you're supposed to live by, that's the pulse of the earth, is 432. So what they do, what do we do? What do everybody do? We listening to the TV, we listening to the radio. They probably even broadcast the phone the way we listen to it at this particular hertz. And what it does, it throws you off, and it don't have you on balance with the earth, and which is nature, which has you not doing what you're supposed. You're thinking about different things. Your mind is not clear. It's not that you don't love.
Everybody's mind isn't not clear, and everybody isn't not loving themselves, and everybody isn't not loving each other. So I believe that can be a scientific, I do believe that has validity, because as a DJ, I've noticed that there are certain behaviors that happen when you play music with a male voice versus music with a female voice. And I've noticed this over the years that men and women connect better with octaves that are deeper and lower versus melodies coming from a female's voice. So I do feel what you're saying, but what I was basically saying on the behavioral and psychological level is that when you truly love not just yourself as Kim or DJ Lady KD or whatever, when you love who you are, what you stand for, what your skin is, the attributes of the outside as well as your inside, when you love your spirituality, when you're not ashamed to be a sinner and you try over and over again to do better to please God, when you loving yourself, it's a process, a behavior, a mindset. Pardon me?
Well, what's constituted as a sinner in your eyes? Because we probably have a different opinion about what sinning is.
I really don't go into the whole religion thing because I'm not religious per se, but I believe that, based on whatever your belief is, when you are human.
That's my point too. So I'm not really religious either. So how would you relate that to a spiritual
Okay. Hold up. Before you answer that. KD, before you answer that, I need one question answered. Cuzzo, what's good with our caller? We need to maybe put him on for next week.
9951. He probably called in. Let me check on it. Give me a second. I'm going to click down for him.
9951. He on there right now and shit, but he ain't pressed 1, so I didn't know.
Okay, well, he just heard.
We got 30 minutes, and he just pressed 1. And we got 30 minutes, and KD, I'm gonna let you finish your thought, and then I'm gonna click our new caller in because I got to go get me like a bag of weed online. So, so I'm gonna do all this shit before I leave out, because when I leave out, I won't be able to click him in. So go ahead, finish your thought, and then I'm gonna introduce our guest.
Okay, well, basically, to try to not make it too elaborate, I just really believe that when you truly are in a process of growth, you know what I'm saying, and usually in order to grow, you have to be receptive to gain knowledge, and that's on all types of levels. It comes from a love and a desire of self, self-fulfillment and spiritual fulfillment. If you don't have that, if there's a deadness inside of you, whether it's, a deadness towards yourself or whatever, it's hard for you to feel the kind of compassion or empathy or desire to see other people succeed. You know what I'm saying? Those things also may be dead or even dormant within you. So I just feel like when your spirit, you know what I'm saying, is filled, when you feel full spiritually, and when you love yourself, it changes who you are in terms of you're able to love other people without feeling like you're taking away from yourself. So many people are afraid that if I give you props, that's going to take away from me. That's going to make you bigger than me.
That's how we've been conditioned for that.
Right. You can't build yourself up and build someone else up. You got to tear somebody down to build yourself up.
My man Les Brown said you can't climb too fast because you're not paying attention behind you. You got to get something while you reaching. You got to grab.
Right, and a lot of times if we realize it, you know, it's say for instance we literally put ourselves in a position of, you know, we're often referred to and we refer to ourselves as crabs in a barrel. If we literally put ourselves in a situation that we were in a barrel, if we use each other to help each other, we could all get out of that barrel. But what we're not realizing is we so focused on who's going to be out the barrel first that we won't let not one person get out by standing on our shoulders. You see what I'm saying? If we could trust each other, we could do that. But the reason we don't trust each other a lot of times is because we know what our own intentions are, and we don't trust ourselves.
We know what we're capable of.
Right. So we like, I'm not about to help this nigga stand on my shoulders and get up there because he gonna get out and he gonna leave me in here.
No,
so fuck that.
can I just interject in there for 1 minute?
One thing I want to do.
That's the slave mentality.
Hold on, one thing I got to do because I'm in the car already and I've already linked Bro in. I need Flawless to introduce our guest, and then you guys can finish out your hookup and he can continue. We got like 32 minutes left.
All right. This guest we got coming up now right here, this guy is really proficient in what he really does. I don't want to mess his introduction up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to introduce him by his name, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. This is Marlon Matthews, Friends of Fathers.
How's it going today?
How you doing, bro?
How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, you know, just a quick introduction of myself. I go by More Stealth Consulting, LLC, and what I do is I help people with the process of front of the court. I do handle divorces, and I'll very soon be handling bankruptcies. And what I try to do, I try to keep it affordable for those that cannot, you know, pay for an attorney, you know, and I don't offer legal advice, and I'm not an attorney, but what I have been able to do is act as a life coach and kind of coach people through the process of front of the court, or divorces, or bankruptcies, and things like that. I even do expungement too, but, you know, that's just some of the things. But I'm just sitting here listening to you guys' conversation, and it's so powerful, you know, everybody's speaking on the spiritual aspect of things. And, you know, it's just beautiful to hear people get together and talk about that, because our people are, you know, we are a lost cause right now, and it's great that we have leaders like you guys out here trying to teach these things to, you know, people that will listen. You know, but I just wanted to, my cousin told me about the show, and I'm just listening to it for the last half an hour, and I'm really interested in what I'm hearing. And, you know, just wanted to let people know that there are other positive people out here, you know, trying to help and get our people back on track, man, because these you know, the system that we are living in is highly corrupt, but there is a way out, and, you know, that's part of what I try to do is provide people with that way when they need it. So, you know, just a brief, you know, introduction. If anybody needs those services, you know, you can contact me at area code 313-957-9951, and just ask for Marlon Matthews, and I would be more happy to help you out with that. And as well as
also with your number, what was your name again?
Marlon Matthews, and my company called Self Consulting LLC.
Okay. Now, what type of go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
I mean, okay. Now you explained kind of in general some of the things that you deal with, but maybe tell us some of the things that you deal with, like on a daily basis, or, you know, something that's like a real big issue or something with you like that one of our viewers one of our listeners may have.
Oh, well, you know, one of the main things that I've been helping a lot of men with, because it's really the men that are struggling with the front of the court issue, but, you know, back child support, man. You know, they have this thing now where they just passed a law where if you want to take care of your arrearage, you know, in certain circumstances, you can take care of your arrears by just setting up a payment plan. Like I have this one guy, he was locked up for 10 years, man. He didn't even know front of the court was coming after him. And when he got released, you know, he contacted me. So I was able to help him get a small payment plan of $10 a month, and for 2 years, which would have equaled about $240, and he owed like $50,000 in back child support. And once he was done paying the $240, they abated all of the rest of the arrears. So these are some of the things that I've been doing. You know, I'm helping people, you know, get custody of their children. Man, I had a guy, man, his baby's mother didn't even want to be bothered with the child because she was dealing with an abusive relationship, and her house burned down, dealing with that relationship, and I helped this guy get in there, get his child, get custody of his child, and now, of course, I'm wanting to give him full custody of his child. So, these are just some of the, quick things that I could, tell you that I'm able to help. And as far as, divorces, I don't really like doing divorces, but, if necessary, I will. But what I do is I go in there, and as long as you're under the law of Michigan, there's a thing called irreconcilable differences where it doesn't matter what you want to divorce for. You can just go in and have it done. Another thing is like the settlement agreement. If you have property that you need to settle or you got your children that you need to divide up as far as custody and things like that, I'm more than
I like the fact that I ain't getting married and then go drop her ass off.
Yeah.
It was reckless, powerful difference. So you can't get along with this bitch.
Are you
specifically for men?
Yeah,
I was
going to ask that too.
What did you say?
I said, are you specifically for men?
No, it's not just for men. I can help, women as well. But I've been finding, dealing with this situation, is that it's the men that are really struggling with, because our men, see, the thing with men is that we get prideful, and we'll get this mail and we'll say, well, what is this? Or we'll throw it to the side, we don't look at it, or we don't go and take care of it. And what happens, man, is they'll issue that warrant if you don't show up for that show called.
Right, but we feel like it's going to go away. We feel like it's going to go away because I didn't read it.
And I really want the men to know that, man, don't ever give up on that situation, man. Just call and ask for help, man. It's not a problem asking for help, man. And I've dealt with child support for over 18 years, man. I've even been incarcerated for child support. But the thing is that I've been able to get in there and learn the process, and people get through it. They don't have to struggle and be worried about if they get pulled over, that they'll get arrested and things like that. And I've been more efficient, man. And I'm telling you, man, for what, an attorney is going to do for you. Like I had a client not too long ago. He hired an attorney, and the attorney didn't go in there and do anything for him. He didn't get custody of his child. He didn't get his child support payments, Lord. And when I took his case, he was paying $300 and some a month. I got his payments down to $25 a month. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And based on, his circumstances and the fact that he was unemployed, and, it's a lot of things at play that the courts have to be aware of when they just say, hey, pay us this much amount of money. Because I know that the mothers need that money as well. But, the thing is that if a person can't pay, don't make them suffer for not being able to pay.
If I can't live day to day, and most of my money is being taken on for whatever, whether it's a garnishment, a child support, regardless to what it is, how do you expect me to survive to the next paycheck to pay another payment? And that's the whole thing. You know what I mean? Everything, especially in Michigan, everything is kind of clear cut, and it's like it's under a certain law, or this is what goes on. And what you don't understand is my pay bracket may be different than his, and we don't, because of our situation, we don't deserve the same treatment.
Exactly.
But here in Detroit, it's like it's circumstances means nothing.
They don't really. The courts. It's not the court's job to say, "Oh, well, he's not working now. I'm going to charge him." You have to go in there and you have to litigate it yourself, man. And I'm going to tell you, they want to see the men come in there by themselves without attorneys more than they want to see men come in there with attorneys. And you will get
But
more.
you can't do that.
What's that?
You can't do that though, bro, because they got the state police door like right next door to the court door, so you kind of like, shit, I don't want to walk in without an attorney.
Exactly, but that's what I teach my men, is that you can handle yourself the same way that an attorney will. And the thing is that when you go into that courtroom, you don't want to get into an argument with the other part.
You got to be knowledgeable though, because the going saying is what is that? A person who represents themselves is a fool.
No,
you know what I mean? So you got to know what you're talking about.
Now that's where the ignorance comes in. That's where the ignorance comes in. I don't mean to cut you off, but that's where the ignorance comes in, because if you stand there and you say that if I don't hire you, and let me tell you something, one of the laws of the Constitution says that you can be represented by counsel or you don't have to be. And I heard a young lady say earlier that if we don't stand up for ourselves and we don't get out here and be the men or the women that we're supposed to be, we're going to continue to fail as a community. And that's what I try to do, is I educate my people on what it is that you can get in there and do and get away with. And I'm telling you, man, it's so easy. Those motions, I don't even like, man, I'm telling you, I don't even like charging people to follow those motions because it's so easy to do. But if you want to pay me to do it, I'll do it. But the thing is that when you come and pay me, I make sure by the time you walk out of that door, you'll have the confidence to go in that courtroom and stand alone. You don't need an attorney.
Bro, you get paid for what you know. You get paid for what you know. You have to charge.
And can I just piggyback on one thing right quick? Can I just say one thing? It is not a fool to represent themselves because although I didn't do mine on child support, I have sued someone personally by myself and won. In Detroit, like you have to go in front of the Bar Association if you're suing for over $5,000 down at 36th District Court or whatever, if it's still the same as it is when I did it. So I want to say that's all you have to do is educate yourself and get your mind right, and you can defend yourself. That is a good idea. I didn't get it. Is it Matthews? I heard that much.
Marlon Matthews, like Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon Matthews. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy someone's looking out because it is a lot of good men out here that are being raped by this system of child support, and the women aren't even necessarily getting the money because they use the state for something. The money in some cases isn't even going directly to them or their child. It's going to the state. So how selfish is a person to do that?
Most women aren't getting most of the money because if you're on support, right, and it's ridiculous because I'm just being honest. Actually, my oldest daughter just turned 18. You know what I mean? Like the end of last year. So I'm off of her, but really throughout her entire life, her mother has gotten child support, and not 1 year of her life has her mother taken care of her. You know what I mean? But
that's the problem, and that's where people need to get together as well. And need to march on legislation because what needs to happen is there needs to be an itemized bill from that mother stating exactly what she's spending that money on because that's not fair to the father because if a father's paying $500, $600 of child support and his daughter or his son is still calling him asking for something, there's something wrong.
Or hungry,
And then those things need to be itemized too as far as the father when he goes into the courtroom after filing a motion. See, a lot of fathers aren't filing motions, but a lot of times when you go in the courtroom after having filed a motion as the father or the parent that's not, in custody, education, having your documentation is very important because there's a lot of stuff that you can just show because just like a lawyer in any case, the client really is doing all the work because you're providing a lawyer or some file that is about you is providing a lawyer with what he needs. And all those files that are about you have access to it just like a lawyer would. So you don't necessarily have to have a lawyer, but you would be a fool to go ill-prepared. See, an ill-prepared person is a fool representing themselves. But if you educate yourself and you prepare with the documentation that your lawyer would obtain by you signing release forms for him to get it, that's all they're doing. You could represent yourself even better because not only do you have the documentation and the education, but you know what you've been going through, and you can offer the personal compassion that judge will be looking for, in order to tug at the strings because some judges, they just want to see that this father is not just a jerk. They want to see that this father is truly caring about being active in this child's life as any way possible, and monetarily just happens to be one of the ways that he's struggling with. You see what I'm saying? So it's really good that you're doing that.
DJ KD, that's the key word, though. You have to have that knowledge to be successful, and I think that's what he's kind of trying. I think that's what he's trying to give us. But it's no different than the conversation we had through the first hour. As far as, I could, but why the fuck would I give it all to you? I took my time to research, and there's other things that I haven't even researched yet. So why would I take my time to give you every motherfucking thing?
Some people don't have the capabilities and understanding. Some people don't. Can't function information like other people. You need help somewhere.
That's what Mr. Matthews is for. But just in general, walking into a motherfucking sword fight with a motherfucking knife ain't gonna fucking work.
And please fix your vocabulary. Don't be walking up in there humming and all of that type of stuff.
How you handle
yourself before you call her a bitch every
mentality because they'll rip you apart. But if you go in there and you act like you got some sense and you show them that you're there about that child, because that's all they want to care is the best interest of the child. It has nothing to do with mom and dad. So whatever's going to be best for the child, that court is going to listen to you. And if you're putting that in writing as well as speaking it, they can't deny you. You know? So, Yep.
Oh, you know what the problem is, though, bro, and that's why we need people like you, though, is the simple fact that, I can't say that I'm non-biased because I am biased because I've been in the system, and I just explained that. You know what I mean? But the problem is, especially in Michigan, the problem with the system is they do lean a certain way.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, and that is the problem. And us men, once you go through a hurdle, we feel like, oh, well, fuck it, they're against us anyway, so it is what it is. And then once you feel like that, you fucked. You just gave up.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You don't want any more knowledge. You don't want to do anything about anything. You just gave up. And I really feel like that is the problem.
And that's what
that we
someone
go through.
never do that. Never give up. Never give up.
Yeah, because the system is created to discourage you and frustrate you so that you'll give up. But see,
that's why it's phrased and wrote the way it is. That's what you really need, someone to help you go through the jargon and the way it's written, because a lot of times you read things, you know, like motions and stuff. It may be hard to understand. You may not know where to write this name or that name or what to put, or you may not even know what form to ask for, you know. But
and you go across that.
It's like the women, though. It all falls back to the women because, believe it or not, deadbeat moms is on the rise at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
Women are out here, and that's what I was saying earlier, having babies and just leaving them. So the dads are stepping up in the way. But
the problem with that is what I explained a couple of seconds before was the courts here kind of do lean towards the woman. So what the problem happens is if the guy ain't shit,
the courts lean towards the money because they'll put the pressure on the deadbeat mom.
Thank you. But it looks as if they lean a certain way, because you are totally right about that. And the problem is you got two people that may not have any clue as to what the fuck is going on, but all the courts give a fuck about is, hold on, you need some bread? You got a kid? Okay.
And
what we need is this number right here. We need this name right here.
To give some people an idea, I think somewhere a class action or a lawsuit should be filed against the state of Michigan, too, because if you look at the extra fees and arrearages and things that they add on the money and child support, it doesn't match up to the services that the state is providing the mother. That's why they can eliminate it, because they know they made it up.
Yeah, and
that shit worse than the financing on a motherfucking car, man.
Yes.
That shit ridiculous.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Real talk.
They passed a law because that's what happened. Someone filed a lawsuit in the federal court on the front of the court just for Michigan alone. And what happened is the courts they didn't want to take it to Supreme Court, so they dismissed the case. And the person that filed the suit won. Yeah. You see, those are the things that they don't tell you, and if you don't research these things, you'll never know. But they didn't want to go to Supreme Court. If it had gone to Supreme Court, it would have shut everything down. You know, just some more history on me and the things that I've been able to accomplish through the front of the court. You know, in 2008, they changed the law after I got done dealing with them, because when I went through there and I was fighting for my life, the law used to say a father that fails to pay child support is guilty of a felony in the state of Michigan. Okay, when I got done, my main question was prove that I'm the father. And if you can't prove that accusation, then you don't have a case. And when they could not prove that I was the father, they had to change the law to a person. Now it says a person that fails to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and they had to do that because a lot of these fathers are being convicted based on a default judgment. And that default is saying that you cannot appeal and fight for yourself.
And that's called handle your business.
I noticed you said that you've been incarcerated for child support. Would you mind telling us how long you did?
Yeah, I was in for a year, and I spent.
Wow.
And they wanted to give me 4 years
on child support.
Yeah, on child support.
They took your freedom of a year for child support.
How the hell was you going? How was you supposed to pay the child support that year that you was in jail, my brother?
And did the money go away?
Right. Now, since we're there, I want you to understand that my fight was not just for child support, because when I was going through there were some other great things that happened as well that proved that this system is screwed up. And you had Worthy and Mike Cox, the ringleaders of the child support arena at that time. They lost their homes. Okay, they lost their homes. You might have heard about it. Their homes went into foreclosure. Okay, but when their homes went into foreclosure, that was because of something called a commercial lien that was filed against them, which was done by me. I don't mean to brag about it, which was done by me. But what happened is they were so pissed because they lost them. When you start messing with those people's money, they get angry. Now, I've never been convicted of felony in my life. Right. I've been in trouble. I had a CCW just before this stuff happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when
I know you.
When they came and told me, we're going to lock you up for not paying child support, I got angry and I did something about it. That's why I said they changed the law. Mike Cox and Kim Worthy, these are leaders of this community that lost their homes dealing with this situation. And it wasn't that I struck out to do that to these people, but you're coming against me, and your law alone, the Michigan Constitution, Article 1, Section 21, says that there is no imprisonment for a debt. Child support is a debt. Putting people in prison for this every day, okay?
And coming to your house to get you.
Yes. Yeah, they'll come and get you. And if you don't do something about it or you don't stand up and fight for what's right, man, they'll continue to do it. And that was my fight. My fight wasn't child support. My fight was you're just going to take what you pay, and your law says that you can't do this. That was my fight. And
your fight was justice, brother.
The Constitution and got away with it, and they're continuing to do that. So how can you get a machine big enough with men to come together and possibly do something about that?
It's going to take a lot.
How can we expose that? You know,
it takes a lot of disobedience, and that disobedience creates war, okay? Because when they start seeing that people are standing up to them and not taking their nonsense anymore, we're gonna have civil riots, civil riots, and that in actuality that's what they really want, so that they can call martial law in. Because once they get martial law in, it doesn't matter who it is. So they don't care. It's
I know we ain't got much time, and I want to speak on that very thing right there. They already practicing. Y'all got to stop believing that people is bold enough to blow up goddamn school kids and marathons that's been going on for years.
What he said.
What this was, it was a practice. You got to realize what they did. They showed y'all. How many of y'all know how big Boston is? Boston big as fuck. They shut Boston completely the fuck down. It was a practice exercise. They wanted to see what it was going to do and what it felt like. They went around and told people, martial law, we going to check your house to look for this motherfucker. We ain't got to have no warrant. We in here.
See how much trouble they're going to get over that.
Executive orders.
How long you ain't going to hear nothing about it, though. You're not going to hear nothing about it.
No one thinks about it like that, cuz that's the media showing you what they want to show you.
Executive Order 66 is the presidential order for them to come in and establish martial law.
Yes, you heard me. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. If they read the FEMA executive orders, they'll know. Like, yes.
The word executive, when you break it down numerically, goes to the number 6. So you do the math. Okay. Now, this is not something that I just created or something like that, but just from my studies of different religious texts, it's time for people to just rely on the things that are not seen, and that's the spiritual world. Because what is on, you cannot stop. One person, a group of people, a gang of people, we can't stop it. It's going to happen. The only thing you can do is prepare, okay? Mm-hmm. And your preparation is to stay in your spiritual world and stay in your spiritual beliefs and stop the nonsense that's going on, so that when it's time for whatever to happen, you go where you need to go, okay? And yeah, and it's been a pleasure talking. I know you said we got to go, and I hope I'll be able to get on to the next show, because I enjoy this. This is awesome here, and like I said, anybody needs my assistance, man. Like I said, you can reach me at 313-957-9951 and just ask for Marlon. And I do what I can, man, on my part. I'm just trying to do what I can to help, and that's what really matters, is just what you can do to help.
And one more time, your organization name?
My organization is called More Stealth Consulting, LLC.
Okay. That's what's up. You know what I mean? And I had to hear the show like this, man, because we touch on these similar subjects every show, but we don't get in depth with them. And we still got in depth with them, and there's still so many more hours worth of shit we can talk about.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So we got to get this cranking one more time, you know what I mean? And I really would like if I could have both of y'all on the show, because, I mean, even though you guys are exactly talking about the exact same thing, you guys are still positive people in the community trying to do the best that you can and positive.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's all the same.
Yeah, we need that.
And that's how it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, guys. It's been great. Love life, live it, keep your mind clear, learn your history, and I'll be talking to you.
Oh, for sure. And thank you very much for joining the show.
Don't do permanent things with temporary people. Keep your head above the water. Don't hold your breath.
Words from the forever wise, flawless DCR Radio. Thank you very much. It was nice having you on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, my brother. Yeah. We had good shit going on, though. I enjoyed that.
That was really good.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think Flawless just dropped right there. Maybe he thought we was going to end it, but we are about to end it. We only got like 5 minutes, so, you know what I mean? But it was a good show, you know what I mean? And I hope a lot of people don't think that we all on the racist tip or the racism or the conspiracy theories or anything, but, I mean, everything that we discuss, I encourage everyone to just look it up, to Google it, to, you know, determine what you believe. And that's how I live my life. I don't give a fuck what nobody said on this motherfucking show tonight. The things that hit me to heart or the things that got me to thinking, I'm going to go look that up, or I'm going to go, you know, look deeper into that. I'm not just going to take their word for it, and I'm not just going to throw their word to the wayside.
Right, and some of the stuff actually sparked an enlightenment to just help me look at things a little bit different or clearer, you know, whereas I might have already had a thought process or opinion about it, and their knowledge, you know, like, you know, I could dig deeper, but, you know, they help enlighten some of the things that I was thinking and help me think, you know, a little bit clearer on my own perspective. So, yeah, I hope everybody was able to listen to and gain as much, if not more, than we did, because it definitely was an enlightening show.
And I swear the missus is so positive. Oh, for sure. The missus is so positive and black, though. I really want y'all. That's why we got to do another show with her also, because I really want y'all to talk.
Her.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love her. I want to hear her talk. I mean, it's really good to hear a sister talking about something that has nothing to do with materialism and has substance. I mean, because I think that what we're getting lost in is appearance. You know, you looking paid and getting broke in the process, and it's like we need to reverse that cycle. We need to not care so much about looking paid and try to get, you know, our money and our affairs in order to where we can sustain under different circumstances. Because, like I think Flawless said, and just like Mr. Matthews said, there's going to be some changes that we have absolutely no control over, and we need to get ready. However they, you know, manifest, we need to be prepared. And some of us are going to be prepared, and some of us just are not, because, you know, we're living in this system that makes it very difficult to get ahead. But if you're wasting money on things based on name brands and having your priorities fucked up, you're definitely not going to get anywhere, and you're definitely not going to get
in the Matrix.
Prepared.
You in the motherfucking Matrix. Real talk. That movie was not about nothing. Real talk. It was not a movie about nothing. You can almost consider that movie a movie about our mind state. Real talk. You know what I mean? It's metaphoric. You know what I mean? And it's just real, and that's all I encourage anybody to do. Not to believe me, not to believe you, not to believe Flawless, not to believe Mr. Marlon Matthews or Muat Vulu, not to believe any of us, but to take the things that you have heard tonight and just look them up yourself. Just get inquisitive. Just learn about yourself. Learn about your heritage. Learn about anything. And I mean, honestly, I don't care what nationality you are. You know, it's always a black and white thing. So if you're white, you know, go look up what the hell we talking about. Just see if what you believe is true. Just be inquisitive. You are never in the wrong place if you're trying to gain knowledge, ever.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
That's right.
You know?
I'm glad I have like minds around the positive energy, and that vibe is where it's at. I keep trying to tell people, y'all go look that Hertz up, 432. Google it.
My cousin.
It'll change your life about what you do and what you listen to.
Yeah, 432 hertz.
432 HZ. This is Google. You'll see some of your favorite. It's so deep, people re-record songs at this pitch to listen to, and they put them on YouTube for you to listen to. It could be one of your favorite songs. That's just how deep it goes. Because
I cannot wait to listen to that. Because I can't wait because
here's the deal. It doesn't distort the music or anything. All it does is just a different way of broadcasting.
Right.
Like if you know anything about being natural, the earth has its own rhythm and pulse that it runs on. Right. And seeing that we have the same elements that comprise of our body that the earth is, we got to be in the same beat and tone with what we made of. Right. And what they discovered is if they could disrupt that connection with the earth, everything about you would be off.
You know what? Did y'all notice something?
That's real shit. I'm sorry. Nope, I'm sorry. We got to cut you off. We got like 15 seconds ago. I'd like to thank all of our callers. I'd like to thank DJ Lady KD and Flawless. And this is the Clinic Radio, and we motherfucking off. Catch us next week at Thursday. Peace.
You are now listening to DC Radio.
No, I'm not a killer. You ain't fucking with me. 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 Come on. Going full throttle, man. Full